If you play video games, you are a gamer. There seems to be this misconception within the gaming community that somehow there are like different levels of gamers. And while there are people who play games to a different degree than other people do, if you play video games, you are a gamer. So, for example, I was out the other night and I met this person. And my first question to any potential person that I find attractive or I'm interested in is, do you play video games? Like, that's important to me. I don't know about you. Gaming is part of my identity. It is a core part of who I am. If I did not have access to video games, I would seek and sink into a deep, dark depression. And you can say that's addiction if you want to. And to you, I would say, how you feeling about that TikTok ban that's coming very, very soon? So I don't want to hear you talking to me about addiction. Video games are my therapy. Video games are my self-care. Video games are my primary form of entertainment so that I don't have to entertain the fact that we're on a rock floating through space at 55,000 miles an hour. Either there is a God or there isn't, and both of those options are equally terrifying. Instead of thinking about that, instead of thinking about the fact that I didn't choose to come into this world and I don't get to choose whenever I leave, instead of thinking about that, I like to think about the choices that I'm going to make across a variety of different experiences that I'm going to have right here at my gaming laptop provided to me by Lenovo. And when I say provided to me by, I mean I purchased it. I don't want y'all to think that there's a hidden ad in here anyway. The point that I'm making is that if you play video games, you're a gamer. And so I asked her, I was like, so do you play video games? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. And she's like, well, why? I was like, I just, if I meet somebody, I want to have a relationship off the basis of a shared interest. And if you don't have a shared interest in video games with me, you're just not going to get me. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be in a relationship with someone who doesn't play video games. I'm just saying I'm not going to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't play video games. There are 7 billion people on the face of this earth, and I'm probably attracted to, never mind. I don't want to do that math incorrectly. I don't. But of the 7 billion people, a lowball estimate would be that there are probably at least 100 million potential people that I could be in a relationship with. Why would I limit myself? Why would I ever want to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't play video games? I used to see a lot of videos on TikTok of men sitting down to play their video games and their wives coming in, turning off the console when they're in the middle of it or deleting all their games. I'm not going to deal with that mess. A gamer girl, if I was with her, person, they, them, I'm not trying. I mean, okay, so maybe instead of 100 million, maybe about like 250 million. It just depends. The point is, a person that plays video games would never do some stupid shit like that. They would never come into your sacred space and delete your game data. That's like going to someone's makeup table and throwing it all out, or going to get someone's books and burning them. But it's even worse than that, because you can buy another book. You can't get that gaming experience back that you had. So for me, I don't believe in a scarcity mindset. If she does not play video games, I don't want it. Because to me, even better than sex would be to sit down and start a co-op campaign in Baldur's Gate and go ham. Like, to me personally, one of the best things ever would be to sit down at a fighting game and play a first to 1,000. Like, that's exciting to me. So, like, why would I ever, and I don't know why other people do it, why would you ever settle for someone who doesn't play video games? Like, I could not think. Now, it just depends. It depends. I'm starting to think at least one of the people I'm dating has to play video games. We'll get into that later, because I know y'all not ready for it. Anyway, so I said, I just would rather be with someone that plays video games. And she goes, well, I mean, I do play. I've played Shovel Knight before. I'm like, you're a gamer. She's like, well, I don't play all the time. That does not matter. If you play video games and someone finds out from this boring community that is the world that thinks that reality TV shows are real, like, if some people from that community find out that you play video games, they gonna make fun of you the same way they make fun of somebody that plays for hours. So if you play video games, you are a gamer, a real gamer. Now, I know that the majority of the gatekeeping of the gamer title comes from people within the gaming community itself. There are some people within our community that are just so hard-headed, that are so stubborn, that are so elitist, especially PC players. I know I have a wonderful, again, laptop from Lenovo with a Intel Core i9 processor and a RTX 4070, and my frames go brr. They really do. They really do. My frames go brr. And I get it. I can understand it. I see why they are the way they are, but it's making the community not welcome. And the reason that it's important for us to let everyone know that if you play video games, you are a gamer is because right now we're on the tail end of a culture war started by a group of people who are not gamers. You cannot be a gamer and have your entire community, your entire focus, your entire YouTube channel be on trying to find video games that you identify that are woke, so you and all the rest of your that was a that was a slip. You and all the rest of your followers can sit around and circle jerk each other about how woke and bad it is and how it's going to fail. Like, that's not gaming. That's not what gaming is about. Gamers are some of the most ostracized individuals. It is the only hobby that I can think of that people actively hate and like every time there's a school shooting, what do they say? It's video games. I mean, if you play for more than 2 hours a day, you're addicted, while people will sit around. Like, have you ever seen someone, and I don't want to offend the cross section of people that are gamers and also like football. Please don't let me do that. But what I'm saying is, have you ever seen someone sit down and watch a football game? They punch televisions, they throw things, they scream. I've never been to a situation where a new game got released or a new game came out or people didn't like the ending of a game and they go out in the street and start flipping cars and shit. But that happens with sports all of the time. People will sit down and watch the most trash reality television, shows that provide no value, no growth, nothing but sitting down and looking at the worst possible case example of what human beings can be, and they'll do it for hours. They'll do it for hours. But when you sit and play a video game where, one, you're actively engaged and a part of the story. Two, you are practicing hand-eye coordination, all sorts of skills that you need in order to be able to succeed at that game. And three, you're developing empathy because you're living someone else's life. That's when they say you need to go find something more productive to do. You do. So we need to band together as gamers. I understand, though, that the label of gamer is not one that you really want to take on because of the stigma associated with it. So I am inviting you to become a mindful gamer like me. A mindful gamer. What is a mindful gamer? A mindful gamer is someone who plays video games for more than just the particle effects, for someone who is able to manage their emotions when they're playing. They don't get angry, they don't get mad, they understand that the entire process of playing a video game is a learning journey, and they're happy to go on that journey. I'm gonna say they don't skip cutscenes the first time. Okay, I can understand after a while, like, I get it. But, like, at the beginning of it, you're playing it for the story. And they're not racist or bigoted or care about pronouns in games because it doesn't matter. If they see it, if it doesn't fly, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Like, they're cool, they're chill, and they're just excited about games. I want to find y'all because I know that I was excited, for example, about South of Midnight. South of Midnight is coming out. And when I Googled it, the only thing I could find first was people telling me how woke it was. I don't care. I want new game characters in my video games. I want different stories. I want to experience something else. I'm tired of the same narratives, the same people, the same white man saves the world story. I'm just sick of it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with me being tired of a story. I want something different. And I feel like if more people would take up that mantle of being a gamer, being a mindful gamer, it would help with this. Because the truth is, they are winning, to be honest. They have done it. The grifters in the gaming community have won. They have. They created a war, they fought that war, and then they declare victory. They can have it. It's fine. I think that we're going to have to start a new grassroots way of enjoying video games and playing them. So, I hope that this message was helpful. If you play video games, you are a gamer. You are. If you play video games, you're a gamer. And as a bonus at the end of this video, I know this is out of left field, but I played a game called Dead Zone. What was it? Dead Zone? I don't remember the name of it. That's not very mindful of me. Dead Zone Rogue. It was really great. It is a roguelike shooting game in a like space sort of setting. Anyway, anyway, that's going to be the last few minutes of this video. I hope that you enjoy it. I probably should have done that backwards, but I just like to give people bonus things and bonus videos. Please follow me on YouTube at Derek the Mindful Gamer. Follow me on Twitch at Derek the Mindful Gamer if you are interested in seeing how to game mindfully and play differently. I have been playing Tekken for a while now, and y'all, I'm telling you, I've had to take some L's, but that's okay. I'm enjoying the L's that I'm taking because I know that one day it's going to turn into W's. It was nice to meet you. I hope you enjoyed this and, maybe listen to it. Maybe it hyped you up. Go play a video game. Go do that. After you watch this, go download this demo from Steam because it's free. But go play a video game. Go enjoy yourself. Have fun. Maybe I shouldn't put that video at the end of this video. That might not. Whatever. I do what I want.